Good luck.
Great to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas. We're here for Week 5 of EA Sports College Football. It's the Maryland Terrapins and the SMU Mustangs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
I caught up with the SMU head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Guys?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Mustangs ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The give is to Williams. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Oh, he's got some space. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
I didn't know you was 3-1. I didn't know you were 3-1.
This offense has it with really good field position. Trying to get the corner. Now the toss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Lets it fly. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
I know their whole deal is being aggressive, but I'm not sure this is the right time for that.
Man, I'm staying aggressive. I believe in my offense. I know I need points. You know, field goals, it's not going to be good enough. Go for it.
Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. Looking to throw. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his man. Oh, what a cut! They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Straight ahead, it's Smith. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. All right, guys, let's talk a little Maryland. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye, the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today? Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him. He can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Terrapins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Motion from the wideout. Hits inside. It's Smith. Inside the 35. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches, I'm getting a first down. I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Dalton. Turning it on. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
And how about this drive this offense has put together, man? You're kind of backed up. You just want to get some good field position. Now they've converted the sticks, moved the ball down the field, now set up 1st and goal, a chance to continue their physicality, own the line of scrimmage, and finish this long drive.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to run it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Terrapins!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hale. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. He's got it. Open space at the 25. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Here's the give off the left side. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. This time they'll throw it. In traffic, it's Knight. Slips a tackle and he's got room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
The Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Green. Thrust that arm out. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the 2nd level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Throws to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Hale. Snags it and he's open. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. Run in the red zone, it's Green. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he puts through the extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Moving the pocket, it's Washington. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Terrapins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Run inside. It's Coleman Williams. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Turns it loose. Out wide left, it's Fleming. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. New set of downs after the completion. The give is to Williams. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads to the wideout. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Grabs a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding insult to injury to the opponent. That is a great play call.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. To the air, it's Jennings. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
They'll go to the air. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Mustangs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. snap, wants to start the drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Here comes the heat. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He's changing the play. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Sends it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Finds his man. It's Pittman. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to be a tough field goal try. 55 yards and from the left hash. That is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the Baylor Bears. And it's the Red Raiders in front right now as they look to get back over 500. And this is kind of the point in the season where you find out who you are. Week 5, a crossroads. Can this group find the right path? Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Sunbelt.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Enough to move the chains. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
They'll send the tight end in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pass to 45. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown Mustangs! Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off on the ground with a 58-yarder for 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Terrapins will get things going on offense as they come onto the field. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Right side, it's Webb. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Dropping back, it's Washington. Caught, it's Fleming. At the 40, there he goes. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign, but you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
Left side, it's Webb. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. The Terrapins moving quickly to the line. They just keep firing. Catch in the middle, it's Fleming. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
And I like where the quarterback got, because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Still looking to his right. Got out of trouble and throws. Reels it in. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. The Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Unloads in the nick of time.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking for a man. It's Hamilton. Turns it upfield. Touchdown, Maryland! And they take it in for 6 more points.
My man, get him the ball. He will do the rest. Catches the football, walks into the end zone. Feed that man the rock.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
On the stop.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Wants to throw. It's Hamilton. Dumps it to the back. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. The Mustangs offense is ready to go on the attack. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
Makes a grab and room to run. Touchdown, SMU! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Caught. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. And the Terrapins want to move quickly. To the air, it's Hamilton. Got it. At the 35, he's open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Snags it. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup. The Terrapins can really attack on this 2nd and short. The Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their 1st. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Headed to the edge, it's Smith. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense. And the Terrapins have their offense in high gear.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the 1st down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got 1st down. Let's go fast.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Terrapins! 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, how nice is it to be down and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back and he can make big plays like that? Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back in the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit whole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation if they were expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Hale. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Leaves it with the back. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. That one's not even close. Third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Touchdown, Maryland! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the fourth. Coming out with it, it's Hale. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. So now they take over. This momentum has been completely taken away from them, but still an opportunity to put together a late drive. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
Throws to the wideout. Out wide right is Hale. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. The Mustangs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Running inside, it's Green. Tackled at the 31, they'll give him 6 on the play.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll move the tight end. On fourth. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Maryland's offense comes out ready to go on the attack. They take over holding this slim lead, and a drive right here sure would be nice. Out wide left, it's Webb. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up third down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
Dropping back, it's Hamilton. Right side, it's Webb. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. They're going to leave it in the hands of their offense on fourth down from their own territory, holding the lead. Needs it here on fourth down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He recovers the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, in this situation, the only offensive player who can advance the fumble is the guy who dropped it.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that first down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot at maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
Pulls it. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for it. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Quarterback changing the play. Looking for the edge. The offense coughs it up. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Oh, what a missed opportunity. You got an opportunity after that drive to go take the lead when you're trailing, and now you turn the football over, give the football right back. Defense needs to come out, bail you out, get a big stop, get the ball back so you can try to take the lead.
Quick give. It's Howard. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Gonna run it. It's Dalton. There he goes. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to ride this running back. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. SMU spends his second timeout here. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. 1 more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. The give. Just smothered on the play. Now the Mustangs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Drives inside. There's some room. The 20. He's at the 10.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jesse, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys, because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Terrapins!
That is how it's done. Great job by this offense. And because of the score and the time, you kick the extra point because you're going to make them go down the field, have to score, and get a 2-point conversion to tie this football game. Great drive by this offense.
Oh, that's like blowing the layup or the 3-inch putt. Missed the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gets the back moving. Changing the routes with his receivers. To throw, it's Jennings. Looking to the big tight end. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, yeah, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. He's taking a deep shot. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, and he's got to do it here late. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2 minutes.
Going to take a shot. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it.